It's really messed up. This is really messed up. I've had like a friend pass away recently, and his sister passed away. Horrific circumstances. You become numb to highs and lows. It's that's what's happened to my emotions. It's like I
think it's fight or flight, really.
Yeah.
You can't react, like, because you're dealing with it. It's your life. You have to get through it.
How are you actually dealing with it? Like, do you guys speak to anyone, or is it just you've got each other trying to
to each other a lot.
We speak a lot. We have
We're
like
very
our moments.
open.
We're an extremely open relationship. I think
not in
Yeah,
that
I was
way.
about to say, tread carefully saying that. I don't think she wants that either.
careful. on that.
Honest
relationship.
relationship.
Yeah, extremely open.
That's a whole
relationship.
different.
Oh, that's going to be great in the trailer. No, all the DMs that you would suddenly get, disgusting.
Someone offering to join a relationship, the other one offering a liver. Like,
Oh my
it's,
God,
mixed
yeah.
bag.
Oh, yeah.
Just out of curiosity, and this is obviously quite deep, what are the chances of your baby having the liver disease?
We were worried about that, so we did get bloods done very early. I think like 9 weeks or something, right?
So less than 1% chance.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know if that test showed if I carry the gene or not.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd explained it enough. But to be honest, now I would go to further testing, but then I think, hold on a second, it was not going to change anything. You know, I'm still living a happy, life all the way up until 28, and will go on after my transplant to live a very, very happy life. So it's not like it would ever change anything.
In the papers, they said something like, you've got 4 years to live. Can we get the truth behind what actually that means? Or if you are...
It's
Context is such an important
But this
thing,
is, but no,
isn't
because
it?
honestly, I was suddenly like, Jesus fucking Christ. I was like, that's absolutely
Think about the family that he's not
terrifying.
told
No, but for
reading
people
this.
reading that.
Yeah.
But and I want to get this straight because so much gets taken out of context and everything gets clipped. Every podcast that you do, every article
Don't worry, I
that you
won't
do.
stitch you up on this one.
No, because it's what happens is, yes, doctors said that to me. Yes, I repeated that to people, but it wasn't, I've got 4 years left to live. That's not what I said. Is my liver will not make it 4 or 5 more years.
In the current state.
Context of that
is
I'm going to have a liver transplant, and so that and with that liver transplant I will be completely healthy.
There's nothing to be done to the liver that he has.
Yeah.
They can't do anything.
Yeah.
The only option is to replace it. And I think that's the context that people are missing. Like, he will be fine. That's why the next step's happening. That's why he's having a transplant, so he can go on to live a long, happy life.
Yeah.
But everything gets like so, and then you get the comments. It's like, because I tried to set that straight in Paul Brunson's podcast, and then someone comments, "Oh, but Sam said that on Made in Chelsea." Well, yes, but the context in Made in Chelsea, which Made in Chelsea gave, was, and Made in Chelsea did really well in doing this. Something I'm very happy to be a part of Made in Chelsea and thank them very much for. Is they gave all the context surrounding that, and if you just pick up on the one line, yes, you can make anything sound anyway.
It's mental, isn't it, when someone's like, a slightly life-threatening situation and people use it for clickbait? Like,
Honestly,
it's fucking mental.
I think because we found the information out about 8 to 10 weeks before all the headlines started to hit as the show came out.
So we'd processed it. We were
Sam,
dealing with it.
It was like he was re-grieving the situation. Like, he went in like a complete downward spiral because he's reading these headlines, he's reading all the messages he's getting, and it's convincing him that he's not okay.
Yeah, that's
Do you know
terrifying.
what I mean? Like, all of these people are catastrophizing the situation because of headlines and things like that, and it's making him question himself, all the stuff he's already tried to process,
Yeah. Other than this, like, what have the comments actually been like?
Oh, I have
Everyone's
to
so
say,
supportive.
amazing. And this is like humanity at its finest. Something I just, every message you receive is, really, really nice, to the point, all the way to the uber extreme of people offering half their livers.
Are you
Like,
serious? Oh my God, it's giving me
unbelievable,
goosebumps.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable.
Can it work that way? Can
So,
people give half a liver?
The biggest thing, and this is, firstly, I'd love to reply to every single 1,000 of DMs, but there are so many you can't, and I'd spend all my day in messages. So the biggest thing is, yes, that can work, but that is a last resort. So
They wouldn't want you to do that for like someone healthy because you're putting yourself in a situation.
Firstly, I wouldn't want to subject a healthy person to give me their liver because, and it's a really weird fortunately thing to say, but hopefully thing to say. Hopefully I'll get it from someone who's passed away who doesn't need it rather than taking half of a living healthy person.
It's those like last case situations where like people need one very urgently because they're going downhill and like they could get to the point where they can't have one because they'll be too unhealthy. It's like an emergency situation like that they would consider like taking like.
So like if I was really on the ropes and I wasn't gonna get one straight away from being, then we'd start looking at family. So you could get on a few more years and survive the next few years and then get. This is the whole problem with the liver disease, and they just don't know how my liver's going to do, and they just don't want to risk.
And they can't predict anything really.
No.
You just one does.
It's so rare.
Like when I was 4, they said I was going to need a liver transplant when I was 15 or 16. So that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been on medication, and then when I was like 15, 16, they were like, oh, we'll just keep an eye on you. And then when I was like 26, 27, they were like, we'll see you in a couple years. Oh, don't worry about it. This was how lighthearted. And then all of a sudden, 28, it's like, everything's just my liver function day to day hasn't fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
My liver function still day to day but all of a sudden what's happened is it's just started the first where I've contracted infections in my liver a few times.
Is it an age thing or is it what? It's just no one knows.
I think it's about the way his liver regenerates. Like it's regenerating with. It's obviously got a bigger blockage now than previously.
It's not regenerating. It's more about it. The fibro, I believe, and this I haven't confirmed this with doctors.
Now that you're the doctor.
Now I'm the doctor, but yeah, exactly.
Listen, I've been on ChatGPT, let me tell you.
Yeah,
I'm now a doctor too. I'm actually a lawyer, funnily enough.
This is the biggest thing. You should not do any of it on online. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, when I found out he needed a transplant, I went onto Google.
Did you get into a spiral of thinking that like
this
yeah, the worst one.
Statistics are awful.
Mortality rate. That's so you go. So obviously, when you get told you need a liver transplant, you go. The first thing you Google is what's the likelihood of me surviving a liver transplant, right?
And then life expectancy after as well.
So that starts off quite well. So you go, what's the likelihood of me surviving a liver transplant? And it goes, and it's great, 95%. You go, relax. But then
you scroll down.
Yeah, literally. And then it goes, the mortality rate of making it past 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 25. And by the time you're at 25,
down.
No, stop.
Just by the time you're at 25 years, it's like 50-50. I'm like, so then you're like shitting yourself. You're like, I was hoping to make it to like 70, and I'm laughing because, you have to laugh.
Yeah.
I was hoping to make it to 70, 80. Now it's like 50-50. I'll make it past 50. I mean, that's fucked. But with research, context, which is what we're learning is everything, right? Context is your average liver transplantee patient is elderly, an alcoholic, or got other diseases, or it's a very different category of patient, and they drag that mortality rate down.
Yeah.
How do averages works? If you've got a lot of people in that category, they drag the average that way. So their life expectancy or their mortality rate was only gonna be 15 or 20 years anyway.
You
so
don't
the fact
fit into that average,
I wasn't, and
he's
so
young and healthy.
So and I've then since spoken to numerous people who have had liver transplants at a similar age as me and are 20, 30 years on.
This is an odd question.
And
I don't know
healthy.
if it's something you would know. Do younger people tend to get priority over liver to older people? Or is it very dependent on what it is?
They do publish online, the NHS department, they publish online how their algorithm works.
Right.
They do publish that. I haven't investigated that, and I don't think they even tell you where you are in a queue. Like, it's not like that.
Because it's just sort of interesting. Not that I would like, but if you say you got some sort of 80-year-old alcoholic, and then you got someone who's like, early 20s.
I think they weigh up the benefit. Like if they think the alcoholic, for example, would only survive a couple more years, whereas the other person would probably survive 10, 15,
obviously
20.
there is that ethical debate, right?
Yeah.
That does the 80-year-old alcoholic deserve the liver over the 20-year-old liver disease genetic liver disease patient?
I'm sure that's not what
an
the
ethical
doctors
debate,
look at, though.
and I don't know, and I don't think that that's taken into consideration.
Really?
But I think what is taken into consideration, and hence why the 20-year-old may get liver over the 8-year-old, is survivability of the transplant is taken into consideration.
The actual transplant itself, how does that? Because that ultimately, your body could essentially reject the liver. What goes? What preparation? What happens? Like, other than you lying there and them chopping you open.
I think that's all. This is all information he's yet
Sorry,
to
I
learn.
put that really brutally. I just
No, I'm quite. I talk very openly and
Yeah.
very, so you can sort of quite be.
Well, listen,
brutal.
being soft and gentle was never
Yeah.
really my thing. But,
We know.
well, good for that.
I mean, so this is funny. I know kidneys today are really easy to transplant. They even do it through keyhole surgery. But unfortunately, it's not that organ I need to transplant. So liver is, they literally cut you from like, the scars are incredible. They literally fully take this whole organ out. It's done by hand. It's not done by machine. It's still full on surgeons. It's a 12-hour long surgery. And it's a really, but they are fantastic at it. They do one a day and they're just smashing them out. They're like, you're literally banging them out left, right, and centre doing liver transplants. So I spoke to my senior hepatologist who's on top of my case. And he was like, you don't want me doing your liver surgery. The guys that do it, they are pros. That's all they do every day. It's like probably like what it's like for you and I to brush our teeth. That's what it's like. I mean, I'm not liking it to that, but
Listen, let me tell you something.
they are pros and they are skillful. And
I
they
filmed
do
a
this.
boob job the other day, and it was like the man was just whipping in a few stitches. I mean, I nearly fainted, but it was, unbelievable.